Hello, brothers and sisters. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day today. My name is Joelle for those who are new, and in today's video, I want to talk about the power of the Rosary. The Rosary is so beautiful, a gift. And my Rosary, this Rosary right here, which I bought when I first became a Catholic, and I absolutely love this. I bought this off Etsy. I absolutely love this Rosary. I think it's so beautiful. The colors, everything, just absolutely stunning. Um, when I bought that, I was in a very different mindset when it came to the Catholic Church. I was not in a good mindset. I actually didn't like being in the Catholic Church. I was only there under obedience to God. When He told me to follow my husband into the Catholic Church, I did so. I did so out of obedience. I did not like being there, but because of obedience, I decided to embrace the Catholic Church and to just be there, be in it, learn what it means to be a Catholic. And one of the first things that I realize is that Catholics pray the Rosary. It's like a big part of the Catholic faith to pray the Rosary. It's just one of those things. And so that's what I did. I bought a Rosary, and even though I did not like being in the Catholic Church, I prayed the Rosary. My Rosary came with a little brochure that taught me how to pray it. And so I was praying the Rosary every single day, and it was the only Catholic joy I had. I did not like being in the Catholic Church. I felt like I was committing blasphemy by being in there, to be quite honest with you. Before I was in the Catholic Church, I was in the Orthodox Church. And so to make that switch was so hard, because in Orthodoxy, the view of the Catholic Church is that the Catholic Church is a heresy. And so I had, not just from the Orthodox Church, but from growing up, my father being a Catholic, I just had a very bad view about what Catholics were. I also believed in so many conspiracy theories. And so I just had a very bad and poor mindset when it came to the Catholic Church. But the Rosary was the only joy, the Catholic joy that I had. God is so good. It's amazing how He works. He knew the walls that I had up. He knew also that I was there. I was going to the Catholic Church out of obedience to Him, and He gave me grace. And the grace that He gave me was the Rosary, which helped me along the journey to continue being a Catholic, and give me some kind of grace, give me some kind of peace when it came to being in the Catholic Church, which I loathed when I first went. My very good friend who is a Catholic said to me at the time, "Our Blessed Mother always comes through." And how true that is. She was helping me get to her son. And now that I've been a Catholic for a while, now I do the Rosary a little bit differently. I started with a brochure, but now I have this book. This book is called The Contemplative Rosary with Saint John Paul II and Saint Teresa of Avila, by Dan Burke and Connie Rossini. I hope I'm saying those names right. But this book has been absolutely amazing when it comes to the Rosary, because when I was Orthodox, the one thing that I absolutely loved about the Orthodox faith, and still do, I love the Orthodox faith, but the one thing that I loved about it is the inner reflection, the inner journey of being a Christian. You're working within to struggle towards the kingdom. The Orthodox, they really live their faith. They live their faith and they live it within, and it's a constant struggle. It's a constant humbling. It's a constant yearning for God, and it's amazing. It's so beautiful. So when I came into the Catholic Church, I was afraid that I was going to lose this mindset somehow. I was afraid that in the Catholic Church, for some reason, the Christians there don't live their faith as much as the Orthodox do. I don't know where that thought came from, but I had it. And so when I went into the Catholic Church, I was afraid of this. But to my surprise, I seen that that's the furthest thing from the truth. If you take your faith seriously, It is deep, it is profound, it is incredible, and I learned something amazing through my patron saint, Saint Teresa of Avila, which is the contemplative prayer, the contemplative way of life, which is a very orthodox mindset. It is incredible when you think about how you can live your life every single moment and every single moment being a prayer to God. So when I found this book, I was so amazed that I could take something that I love so much, which was learning about the contemplative way of living, and relate that to the rosary, which the rosary, I would argue, is already a contemplative prayer. But you can go even deeper with the rosary. And to be quite honest with you, it is incredible how, if you aren't into contemplative prayer yet, how the rosary can kickstart that for you. Because the rosary, if you pray it in a contemplative way, you will start to understand what it means to live a contemplative life. You will understand what that kind of means when you take it from the rosary and implement it into the rest of your life. You will understand what it means to be in the moment, thinking about God all the time, being with Him in every moment, and working out your salvation with God within you by just being with Him. Being with Him, thinking about Him, immersing yourself with Him, loving Him. Before I started praying the rosary in this way, I was praying it with my little brochure. It would take me about half an hour to get through the rosary. And I say get through because actually it was very hard for me. As much as I enjoyed it, it was still hard to get through sometimes, mainly because I didn't have the right mindset about it. And I was having such a hard time meditating on the mysteries. I was having a hard time knowing what to think, what to imagine even, and my mind would just keep going everywhere. And so what I really appreciate about this book is that it helps me to keep my mind on God, on Christ, on the mystery at hand, and to really contemplate the depth of it, and to think about things in a much deeper way. I'm not sponsored. This is not like a sponsored video or anything like that. It's absolutely nothing like that. I'm just telling you, I really love this book because of how much it helped me to understand the mysteries and to really get into the mysteries and to have this deeper and more profound appreciation for the rosary, because it's such a powerful tool. It's such a powerful tool in the Catholic's toolbox. If I were to sum up what the rosary was, I would say that it is you with Mother Mary, standing with Mother Mary, looking at Christ, and Christ looking at us. That's really what it feels like to me, what it seems like to me. This beautiful just exchange of watching each other and loving each other. And there's something so beautiful about that, where it's like you're not just looking at God and contemplating things, and you're not doing it alone. You're doing it with our Blessed Mother, and she's helping and guiding along the way. So yeah, the rosary is such a powerful tool in the Catholic's toolbox, especially, well, not especially, it's a powerful tool in general, but if you want to live a contemplative life and to have your life be a prayer always to God, using the rosary to kickstart that is such a great way to learn the contemplative life and to learn what it might look like by spending an hour a day, if you can. If not, you can do less. But if you want to get through the whole thing, for me, it takes me an hour to get through the whole rosary in this way. Before, it was taking me about 30 minutes when I wasn't really contemplating properly or meditating. I was just going through the motion of it, but I was still finding beauty that way. But this way, it takes me about an hour, give or take. But if I don't have enough time, I just don't finish the whole rosary and I come back to it later. There's no hard and fast rules. You don't need to be hard on yourself and say, well, if I start the rosary, I need to finish it right this second. No, you can pray a decade or two and come back to it later if you have to. or just pray it the next day. There's no, I don't think there has to be hard rules. I know that's very hard for somebody who's a perfectionist like me. If I don't finish it, I feel like I'm missing something, and that's just the perfectionist in me, but I will put it down if I have to and just come back to it later. So I'm not only telling you that, I'm telling I'm telling myself, because it's true. You don't need to beat yourself up just because you didn't finish it. You can take your time. But that's all I have for you today, and I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye for now.